Yo, what is up? It's your boy Drew. It's Friday night. You're checking out that Drew World Order live, I guess. I don't know. I really don't have much to talk about. I wanted to get on here, have a hangout, chill stream, and take some calls. So if you're a member of the channel, if you go into the community tab, I put the link and people can call in through this new thing I'm using called Google Meet. Well, it's new to me. And you don't need Discord or anything. You just click that link and it brings you into a private room with me, and I can bring people in one at a time or whatever. So if anyone wants to try to use that, I'm going to let the members call in first. I told the members I'd give them the first half hour. But if nobody starts calling in, oh man, we're in for a rough night. Wanted to go over a little bit. I've been dropping a lot of content lately because you got to strike while the iron's hot. Ewar sent him over. Got to start cranking him out. And I'm not sure if you guys saw this on the community tab. What I put earlier was, man, this dude came on the first Encyclopedia Bullshitica Volume 1. This guy showed up and left an insane comment. I've been getting not too many yet of like the errants, the followers of Archaics, and they say they vibrate higher than everyone else. So they vibrate so high that the what do you call it? Not AIX, the Phoenix device isn't even going to touch them. So this guy, man, I don't even know if I can read the whole thing just because it's so long. This dude, let's read it real quick because this is nuts to me. Now, when I read this, man, think of if you can think of anyone that talks like this or would use this type of cadence, because this name of this account was called Jason Priestley, and it was created just yesterday. So this account was created basically just to leave this comment. And this is where I say, like, I'm always, I talk a lot of trash about Aphrodite Rose Starfire, but Aphrodite at least will show up and talk trash in her own name on her own account. She's not doing this stuff. You mud drudging trolls are all fine examples of what's wrong with the world. A whole lot of crap coming from the wrong orifice is what I'm hearing. All you sissy Mary spouting off about something you've got no idea the reality of. Let's hear you talk about prison terms and such coming from a bunch of talk behind a MF's back. Most of you would roll on your own mother if it meant you didn't have to hit that cell with real convicts. FYI, whatever you get hemmed up for while you're in the joint adds more time. Tacked onto whatever the original sentence was. That's handled in-house, and they don't bother with updating your charges so that a bunch of gossiping twats can understand. Well, buddy, 30-year parole. The charge was, so if the original charge just sticks and they just add time on, when you look it up, the charge was aggravated sexual assault. So I don't know how you missed that part. So he's saying the charge that you would just add it on or whatever. So, but that was the original charge. It says, you're as bad as the fake news outlets. The man did something with his time. Christ's sakes, he was 17 and he did 30 fucking years and still did more with his life than this piece of shit at sidewalkchalk.com. That's kind of funny. Come up with an original idea or get a real job at some teen beat gossip rag. Of course, I'm guessing you didn't read the police report because you're an illiterate, dumb cumpster who is more comfortable spreading shit like a 2-year-old with a double load of leaking diaper. Imagine getting this triggered over, you watched a YouTube video about some guy you like to watch, and then you leave this, you were sitting there, you created an entire fake account and sit here and typed this thing up forever. See me rolling, I see, appreciate you. Unless it's somebody else's sock account, which you could never prove. But let me continue. You and your type of reporting is the lowest character. Why don't you publish a book or 10? Better yet, try reading one. Maybe try doing more than talking on someone else's video and showing your ass poking holes and making speculative conjectures. Well, that's what John Levi and everybody does, and they make all kinds of subscribers and get all kinds of clout from doing just that. Hello. The only thing you really put into this whole adolescent tantrum was the Google map you put up to heckle the memory of someone recalling a 35-year-old incident. And I'm going to lay cash on you having Google Assistant to help with that. If you can recall what you had for dinner 2 days ago, I'd drop from surprise. Spout off. Okay, it's too funny. Spout off again about law of conversation. Two sides to every story. How about that maxim that tattle-telling snitches just being jealous? Help me out here. Does jealousy come from being a talentless hack, or is it a bit more Freudian, little guy? Oh, if this isn't the dude himself, Sock, this guy definitely wears tap out. Maybe Ed Hardy. Lord have mercy, this guy does 30 years for something stupid at 17 years old. Becomes a published author before he gets out, exits and starts his own business. Manages to take care of the work he did inside and use it to have the ear and attention of a real multitude of real YouTube celebs and personalities. Developing a following, meaning he's actually making people think for themselves. So by real YouTube celebs, he means people with more subscribers than 40,000, I guess, because obviously the amount of subscribers you have is directly equivalent to the credibility you have, according to these people. I'm almost done. And bedazzled jeans, he said. Back to our show. He says he's creating thought and developing belief systems, and worst case scenario warning people of an impending cataclysm, maybe saving lives of a countless number of people living and future lives by the act of studying, recording, and cataloging, I will add. And what good is it you are doing? If I were you, and let me get a show of hands if you all agree, but I'd take down this sad excuse for a site, give up on what is your idea of journalism, and go sit in a garage with a running car. You make me sick, and I wish I would have never stumbled into this trash you call a video. I pray yours is the next chalk body outline. Then maybe for once you'll actually make the world a better place. Wow. So that was an account called Jason Priestley, and it was just created yesterday just to leave that comment. Now that proves 100% that what I talked about yesterday when I streamed with my wife Layla and we did the dangers of the online truth community. Volume 2 is that these people get so wrapped up in these personalities, and especially the communities that surround it, that they lose their own identity. See Me Roland said, what if that wall of text came from the man himself, Mr. AIX? Well, what if it did? What if he was just sitting home getting tipsy and he was watching the videos that we've been making and he just couldn't take it anymore. He's like, oh. He wants to just be the what's the word, man? Apex predator, but he can't because he knows he'll go right back. But in prison, it's all death before dishonor. So I'm not saying it is him, but it reads like him, definitely. It could just be a person that watches a lot of his stuff and tries to kind of emulate, his thoughts and the way he talks and stuff like that. But we did this stream We did that stream last night, and wanted to see if there was there's a couple other comments that I wanted to clear up that have been coming in. Shout out to the chat. I see you, L. Big enchilada. She said shark cakes. Sorry, I can't even say it. Shark cakes. L. Jake. Michael. American Ball Guy. See you all. I did put the link for that if anyone wants to call for the members. So if you're a member, just go on the community tab and that link is there, and then I can bring you into this like call room that I'm in it now waiting for someone. And if no one calls in soon enough, I'll drop the link in the regular chat for everyone else. I wanted to give the members a first chance though. And if I keep doing this going forward, if this Google Meet thing works, then that's how I'll do it. I like that idea. There was another comment. Let me go to a different video, actually. It's this Matt fan called Pretty Girl. She said she was down to debate. She was leaving comments saying, "We are God," and all this. And I basically was saying, like, I don't agree with that. And asked her if she wanted to debate. And she said, yeah, but she's never contacted me to actually debate like she said she wanted to. Here it is. This is the one I was looking for. So on a video about Brashears, she came in and said, she's still talking about Matt. Nothing to do with this video, but I wanted to address it. She said, "I'm still so confused. What about Matt's channel makes you come to the conclusion he's a, in quote, gov shill?" Now, I've never said that. So she's putting quotes of something I said, but I literally never said it. She says, "I'm not talking about the pic you have. That clearly isn't him." Well, it looks like him to me. I don't know why you say it clearly isn't. I would say that's up for debate until unless Matt addresses it. You can't really make a guess either way. Anyway, she says, "Or the fact he was on Alex Jones. A real person back in 2012 believed Alex Jones was the real deal. We don't know, so him being on that isn't proof. But I want to know what he presents that could be interpreted as bad. He never makes you believe what he says. He presents ideas on why things are happening and why they are." I think that's what she means. "Not presented as facts, just ideas on what could be happening. He doesn't say he's right. He just throws out his take on things. Please tell me the reasons, other than the pick or the Alex Jones, why you feel the way you do." AJ Lloyd, I see you. I appreciate you, AJ Lloyd. Huge supporter of the channel. You guys' super chats and memberships help keep me going here, man, to allow me to do this. It is a lot of work. You guys don't see the amount of work on the back end. And my membership is $2 a month, unlike Archaic's trying to get $20 a month. Crazy. But I don't know what her question is here. I guess she's saying, why did you say he's a gov shill in quotes? And I never said that. I presented a lot of information and I said it's questionable when you put them all. Maybe each one individually isn't really that big of a thing, but when you build a profile with all those things together, it certainly to me is there's like questions there that need to be answered. And what this person's doing here. What did she say here? She's basically just, I think she's asking like, what is the, maybe she's asking what the PSYOP would be. And I would just say like, it's to keep you spinning your own wheels. Like imagine you were just dropped off in a car in dead center in middle of United States. You have a car, you have a GPS, and you have a phone where you can look at Google Maps. You can look up different tourist locations, different states, and you can go anywhere. You have a gas card and unlimited gas. Well, you look around and figure out where you want to go, right? Well, after years and years and years, none of these, not just this one channel, but other channels as well, like that want to keep everything on the table. They're not making any progress in any direction or anything. It's like being stuck in the middle of the United States, able to go anywhere, and they're too busy looking at where to go and trying to make a, you know what I'm saying, make it like a choice of which direction to go. Like, yeah, you can go anywhere you want, really. You could possibly say anything's on the table because you don't really know for sure, but eventually you got to like start to make some progress. You got to go somewhere with your ideas and thoughts. And so I don't know if it is even a PSYOP or not. But even according to his own theory, he says the only channels that would be successful would be the ones that push what the system wants pushed, whether they are in on it or not. That's exactly what he says. So then the fact that his channel is pushing closer to $100,000 or I'm sorry, 100,000 subscribers, wouldn't, according to his own theory, wouldn't that mean he's pushing what the system wants to be pushed? And to me, it would just be like a dog chasing its tail, and like you're never making any progress anywhere and thinking anything. And pretty girl, if you did want to call in ever, I do have this new way now for the Google Meet where I just drop a link and you guys can call in. You don't need Discord or anything. You don't need to dial a phone number and like dox yourself or anything like that. It's just a link and you're in like a room. So no one's calling in from the members. So why don't I drop the link for everyone else? If anyone else wants to call, but all you have to do is this. You click this link, I believe. I'm new to this. Going forward, when I do this, I'd like to give the members at least the first like half hour to try to get in here. So I think you just click that link and it should alert me. And then, like, even if there's like 5 people in here, I should be able to. We could do group like 5 at a time or whatever, but I'd prefer to do one-on-one, unless like Bong Ripper or someone. If somebody I know, that can kind of hang back or whatever. We'll see. We'll just kind of play it by ear. But this is what I was hoping for, is that people would call in, because I was busy all day like editing videos and I didn't have much time to like research things and have like some stuff I wanted to talk about. So the one thing I did is I clipped out from the last stream I did with EBT, as I clipped out the part about John Levi, and I'll put that in tomorrow. But I spent all morning doing that, and then it sat like held for review all morning. Like they didn't like that one for some reason. I had to have like a real person review it, and it took all day. So just before I went live, I looked and it's ready to go. But I'll probably put that out tomorrow. Abstract Angel is talking about other channels saying they can't answer questions on the fly. And I did have another commenter in here, David Polk. He's usually in here. I like what he says, and he was saying on the video I did with my wife, he was saying that, let me see if I can find his comments, go through some of these comments. He was basically saying like, oh, aren't you creating the same echo chamber that you're talking against? Because he says there's never any pushback in any of the comments here. And he said basically if anyone does push back, that we psychoanalyze them immediately or something. Like, here he is again, David Polk. He says, someone said the sun is nothing without the rain. I said, good, thanks for the comment. And this guy is jumping on me, which I don't mind it at all. It's good. He's not like rude or anything about it. He says, isn't that what QSC says, the yin and the yang, that this is a place where both heaven and hell exist? Well, without one extreme, yeah, there is no other. Just, and like I was saying, man, even QSC, like, he does say some things that are decent and all right, but then he goes completely off the rails with some of the other things. Yeah, look at, and he's calling this lady out and says, don't be open-minded enough to draw, or do be open-minded enough to draw from multiple sources. Don't get stuck in the yes man Drew cult. Weird. I don't delete any comments or anything like that. A lot of them go held for a review. Let me actually click that and see if there's anything in there right now. Yeah, there's nothing in there. As long as it's not like a call to violence or anything like that, I'm not going to delete it. Obviously, if it's call to violence, racism or something, that's the only thing I'm going to take action on and delete. And I would say to David that this is obviously this is what YouTube is about, right? Is you're only going to watch the channels that you kind of like or whatever. And so if you go to any YouTube channel, it's going to be the comments are going to be mostly overwhelmingly positive. So I'm definitely not trying to, like he says, I don't know if he's accusing me of that. He's just saying that. He's saying that I'm trying to like not get pushback, because on the video we did last night, I talked about pushback is like required basically for you to like hone your own thoughts and stuff like that. So if anyone does want to like challenge my ideas or anything, man, please do so in the comments. You can use this line right now to call in and challenge me on anything that I've been talking about. And I'm all about it, man. I love it. Yeah, this guy. Oh, this guy and Toilet Boy Earth were going at it. I didn't see this part. He said he's short and snarky with his subscribers. Oh, wow. Listen to this. This guy says, I'm critical of QOC's background and not his content, and I've disagreed with him in the comment section. I've said he's short and snarky with his subscribers, and in a moment of anger, I insulted him and conveniently got a call from 209 Bucks County asking me to send pics. Text, not call. You know what I did? I sent him a pic of Ben Gazzara. Wow. I didn't see this comment. That's hilarious. I noticed 100% correlation between any time I do a stream and talk about Matt, the next day I'll get like mad robocalls. Like I never answer them, but like my phone will blow up with and then I won't have robocalls like forever. And then if I just mention the dude again, robocalls. My buddy said he goes to that website called Godlike Productions, and he said as soon as he starts going on that one, like he gets people like calling him and hanging up. I've never had an experience like that on Godlike Productions, but he swears that that happens to him. I didn't see like a lot of these comments must not come up in my thing. I think only maybe like the original comments come up, but all those comments that are in chains like that, I don't see those in my analytics. Come on, you guys are killing me. I was counting on you guys to carry the show tonight. You guys want to go through my analytics? I'm fine sharing my analytics. I don't care, bro. Subscribers are bumping. Ewar shouted me out, and like I've noticed before, like once the algorithm gets you bumping a little, you gotta strike when the iron's hot. That's why I've been going hard and dropping a lot of videos and stuff. And let's take a look at the analytics. I'll show you guys. I got nothing to hide. I make on YouTube lately. Lately, I've been making like they don't pay you out unless you make $100. So the last like maybe like 6 months, I've made payout every other month. So I'll get like just over $100 every other month. So maybe like $120 or something. And now this is a rolling last 28 days. So the rolling last 28 days. So tomorrow, the 29 days from now will drop off. We got 20,000 views. The watch time's 6.6K. Now, I used to pull 1 million hours of watch time, so that's how far down it is. And look at it, says your typical range is 2,000 to 3,000. In my estimated, in the past 28 days, it says I've made $101. So that's a total of YouTube AdSense revenue, memberships, and super chats and all that. That's stuff that you guys send in. So in the last time it pays out the 21st of every month. The last time that it was payout time, I just missed it. I think I was up to like maybe excuse me. I was maybe up to like $88 or something like that. And I didn't get the payout. So then next month it'll be like that $88 it holds plus whatever I generate until whatever that cutoff date is. Oh, here we go. We got somebody calling in. Stephen David. The lovable, huggable Stephen David. What's up, my man? Hey, Richie, what's up? Are you out there with Big Pecker Mike Decker? Oh man, what do you think about all the drama with this guy lately? Uh, Quantum Bigfoot. Um, Back to Big Pecker Mike. Oh wait, the chat says they can't hear him. No, no. All right, sorry. So maybe this Google Meets. RT, I'm gonna hang up on you. Maybe this Google Meets doesn't work. Dang it. Okay, so maybe this Google Meets thing, because you can live stream straight from this Google Meets, whatever the hell it's called. It's like Arby's. We get the meats. Okay, so why don't I do this? Let me finish going through my analytics, and then what I'll do is I'll end the stream, and then I'm going to come back live streaming only through that Google Meets app. That way you should be able to hear it. That's how I did it last night with Layla in the other room. No, Stephen David, I don't think it was. I think it was the Google Meets thing that I wanted to use. So let me finish the analytics and then we'll come back with the... And I could just delete this first part anyway, because I really wasn't talking about too much, but just go over a little bit of this analytics. So I've made 377 subscribers in the past 28 days. You can see these are the subscribers, this graph here. And somebody asked, yeah, that money, that's everything. So that's YouTube ad revenue, that's super chats, and that's any kind of money that would come through YouTube directly. Like some people do donate through like PayPal, CashApp, Venmo, and I have those links in the description of the video. Obviously, it doesn't count that. So these are the amount of views. Is this views or is this? Yeah, this is views for the past month. So you can see the huge spike right here that I'm at right now. Where on this day, on this day I only got 300 views. And then the next day it goes up to 1,000, and now Thursday, so yesterday, 3,500 views. Right here, this graph here on the right shows the past 48 hours. So there's 48 bars here, and it shows you. So before Ewarnon shouted me out, look at these hourly numbers. But it's also in the middle of the night too, which is a little low. But when I don't publish, this is pretty typical. So 12 views, 9 views in that hour, 7 views only in that hour, 6, it's getting lower, 8. 7 in the morning, people start to wake up. There's 25 views, 22 goes down to 8. And then that must have been when Ewar published and was sending people over. And then maybe he published right here between this time, 10 to 11. And then you had 120 views just in that 1 hour, 200. And I'm not showing this to like brag or anything. I'm not saying like, yo, these numbers are like so crazy, so dope. I've had way higher numbers in the past. But it is bumping after being stagnant for a long time. I think once the algorithm kind of ditches you and then it doesn't really pick you up again. But then when it sees spikes like this, I think it starts to push it out. That's why I've been pushing harder on the content. See, 335 in 1 hour, 400 views in 1 hour that night. That's when we went live too, I think. So I went live, the stream busted down and we had to end it and come back. So those probably all count as double views actually. And then right now it's spiking again in this hour because I'm live. And this is my ad revenue, I guess. So when you see these spikes, this graph now is ad revenue. So when you see the spikes, that's those are the nights that I probably stream or something. And there's like a super chats and stuff. 25, yeah, see Friday night, $25 total. All the super chats, YouTube takes 30% of that. So whatever you guys send in through there, 30% goes to YouTube. Yesterday we got a few super chats and memberships. That's the other one I forgot to say. So all this, it's all combined when you see this. Super chats, memberships, YouTube ad revenue. Top number of views with average view duration. These are in the past 28 days. Rolling 28 days. 2,700 on this parasite pill video. This one has over 300 comments. The engagement's crazy on that. Everyone, I think the reason this one has so much engagement is because on that channel, this person doesn't allow people to like dissent or even ask questions or talk about it at all. So they feel, safe to do that over here or something. Like I said, I'm not deleting anything, and there's sometimes that the AI or whatever will detect what you say and deletes it itself. And then when that happens, sometimes I can see it in the drop down menu or like the little alerts, and I can reply to you, but it never shows up. Like my reply will show up, and if your comment's missing, I didn't delete it. It's just it never got published, and I can read and reply through the alerts bell menu. But these are my top 10 videos, I guess, in the past 28 days. Let's see. So impression click-through rate is pretty good. They tell you, like, if you look up any YouTube analytics sites, they'll tell you that 2% is a good number to have. So I'm 4 times what they call good. And that's probably from the thumbnails and stuff. If you have an impressive thumbnail. Impressions is how many times they'll push that thing out into people's feeds and stuff. So this is where it's when you get in the algorithm, they're going to push it out to more people. So that's why you're going to see me cranking out a lot more content this next week, probably one a day at least. Because when it's bumping, you got to go. You got to strike when the iron's hot. And I think this is really impressive to me anyway, is the average view duration, 23 minutes. And that includes, like, for example, if you watch everything in 2x speed, if you watch a 40-minute video, I only get credit for the actual 20 minutes that it took you to blast through it in 2x speed. So that could be why Matt says, don't speed it up. Don't speed it up. Maybe he's trying to bump that number up. I say speed it all up, get through it all, and get through everyone's content. That's the only way you're going to figure it out is by blasting through as much content as possible. I don't really do shorts. It's got... Okay, so this, I guess this tab I'm in now was only from lives. I didn't realize that. So when they watch a live, either live or later, they watch 23 minutes. And the actual videos I do, my impressions are down. So that's the amount of feeds they put them in. And the reason that's down is because I don't publish that many prepared videos. Also, that live one was the one Ewar was promoting, was the Dangers of the Online Truth Community Part 1. So I think just when they see it in his video, it counts as an impression. Like when he's got the link on the card at the bottom. Any other analytics you guys want to see before I'll shut it down and come right back. Tullibar Earth said, truth or speed run, fake, gay, gay, true, right? Oh, this guy, who is this guy? Kung Fu Matt, Quantum of Consuckers. I see you all over the internet, dude. I feel like it's somebody I know, but I can't figure out who it is. Yeah, the battery one was hilarious, dude. That was so funny. All right. I'll probably just shut it down, but come right back because I'm going to restart the chat right through my Google Meet app Oh, new member. Who is it? Who is it? Robin. Appreciate you for joining that. Yeah, I'm not asking for $20 for a membership like this other dude. That's crazy. 111 in the chat. Let me end this and I will come right back in like 2 minutes, I think. I appreciate your time. Peace out.